G'day everyone and welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard, and it is a misty freaking cold day, so screw this. Let's go indoors. Right, okay, so I'm all set up in the nice and warm at my dining room. It's relatively early in the morning, kids are bouncing around, so there may be some interruptions. So what are we looking at? We are looking at motorcycle recorder. Now, I saw this exact model on another bike actually when I was looking at buying it. I didn't ultimately buy the bike, but I did like the camera, so I looked around, and I'll put a link somewhere either at the bottom. I'm going to try and put one at the top of the screen actually. I've seen people do that. They're inexpensive, they're about 30 quid-ish, something like that. I can't quite remember. I did get it as a Christmas present. Full disclosure, I have opened this box before and had a bit of a look around of an evening one time. So let's see what we get. Let's see what it is first to start with. So from the spiel, HD video resolution, we'll see. LCD display, 32 gig memory maximum. Oh, I hadn't noticed that before. AVI JPG, multilingual apparently. It's a Chinese best, let's face it. But if you want cheap electronics, where do you think your phone's made? Instructions, always good, always better in Chinese, and yeah, always interesting when you get English translations, but we'll have a look at those in a second. Let's just put that bit of box aside for the moment. So in the lid, so the front facing, oh, just managed to turn it on. Get off, let go, you bugger. The actual display unit itself, it's got a little plastic cover on it, which is okay. So, must have some battery in it itself, which is handy to test. Sweet. Let's just whip that off for now. Right. The business end, the cameras, what have we got? So, what have we got in the box overall to start with? That's a power unit. You can tell it's Chinese excellence because it came without one of the adapters for the battery, so I had to stick one on myself. That simple task. So one of those with one camera, one of those with the other camera, a USB power. Now I might have to check whether you can use that to download as well. That would be handy. Failing that, it might just be card in, card out. We shall see. And the last bit, the mount, the brown. Now, there's one bit that confuses me on the mount and on the mount system. It's got like a metal sheet at the back there, microphone. I've no idea why it's got a flash. The mount is just a straight slide across the top, so push in and slide, push in and slide, and there you get your mount. But it's got like this bit here. Now that mount, I have no idea how I'm going to mount that with this mount, so what I may find that I end up doing is just binning the mount itself and yeah, binning the mount and just finding a way of attaching it probably I mean, it's only very, very light, so probably Velcro or something like that. Yeah, we shall see. So, that's the business end. Let's look at the cameras. Cameras themselves. So, what have we got in the bag, Matt? A little bit of mounting tape and a couple of screws, which is handy. Don't know how good that tape is. I've got a load of 3M stuff from various GoPro mounts, so it's probably going to be a better use. Cameras themselves are really quite dinky. So single cable and an extension cable. Now, I think that's the rear, but we shall have to have a look. So that is one camera. That is t'other camera, and they do look different, which is handy. So front camera, rear camera on a base. This one can spin, so find the right way up, which is quite handy. This one can't spin, is a bit bulkier, therefore looks to me to be the rear one. Doesn't spin, but you can, by the looks of it, remount it so it goes the other way up. Right, so assuming that that is just an extension cable, what have we got? So we've got 3 cables off the main unit, colour coded cameras. Looks like it can only go on one way. Oops. I think I've got this set up, or when I was tinkering with it before, I set it up on motion detector, so every time I shake it, it's turning on, which is fine because that's what you want on a bike. Right, that is a camera in. It can only go in one way. Oh, and it's recording. Stop recording. That's the power one. That is set up so it'll only go in one way. Right. Well, it's that simple. So there I have 2 cameras. That's the forward camera, looking at the camera, looking at me. Make myself dizzy. Not sure how much you can see on that. Hello. That's quite cool. It has got an internal battery. I can see the little meter down the bottom. And the other camera. Now I don't know what resolution these cameras are. The rear camera seems... Is that a lower resolution? I don't know. Right, cool. So, simplest thing in the world. The other pack, the power pack, if you like. We've got nice long lead, inline fuse, little glass fuse, very retro. Don't know what amperage this is. Try and have a look. I can't read that. Chuck that back in before I lose it. Yeah, like I say, it just didn't have one on there, which was shite. But hey, couple of seconds to fix. Normal scant Chinese wires. DC8. Right, okay. And the straight power pack, which plugs into the only one that's left. Now I have over here grabbed a spare battery out of the bike. In case I needed it for this. powered up fine. Just holding it in because I don't think that's a particularly good connection. That is that simple. Right, I'm going to let it warm up a little bit, then I'm going to at least mock fit this onto the bike. Now the bit that, not that it concerns me, but the bit that I've been thinking about is what height and where. Now, I'm not fussed about hiding these, I'm also not fussed about making them too obvious as well, but my view is if I've got them too close to the ground, I'm going to get rubbish footage. Now, these aren't vlogging cameras, or wrong, I'll rephrase that. I haven't bought them for vlogging purpose. I bought them for safety purpose more than anything else, in case of accidents, so that I have I have decent footage of anyone that's done anything to me. And this is particularly prepping for the camera mounting. This is particularly prepping for when I'm commuting on it. So I want to get them high enough, but not too high. I also don't want them sticking out of bodywork. I'm not adverse to drilling into bodywork to put them in, and I think I might have to on the front. I think I can get away with the rear camera being onto the number plate rather than onto the body of the bike. This one is a little bit more difficult though, and once the weather warms up and hopefully that fog clears a little bit, let's take it outside and we'll have a look. Okay, so we're outside. It's not as cold as it was. Don't get me wrong, it's not quite shorts and t-shirts, but it's better and the visibility is better, so let's give it a go. Right, what have I done? I've had a bit of a thought about the lens camera piece. So what I've done is I've got an Ultimate add-ons stalk there for my man purse, and that's got, you know, car pass and things like that in it, so I'm gonna, you know, I need that for the day anyway. And I've just chucked a bit of Velcro on the back. The stalk, I've got no handlebar left to hang it off, so that'll do certainly for now. Right, and now what I'm going to do is take off my seat, have a look at the battery and all that sort of stuff. So let's just drop you there. It's all a bit unfamiliar here. I'm used to working in the garage or in front of the garage, but I've got too many bikes at the moment and no one's buying any of them. So yeah, I'll just do it out here just for once. How's this seat work? Comes off at the back, you fool. So the cowling on this just clips straight onto the seat, which is novel. Where can I put it? Right, so the battery's nice and easily accessible. I'm going to have to run wires under the tank, so I might just whip the tank up. It's hinged at the top. I say just whip the tank up, I've not done it before on this bike, so yeah, let's do that. Right, slight change of plan. Mechanical curiosity is getting the better of me there. I've had to hold myself back. Right, what I'm going to do is plug in the power and then just lay the cameras down. I just want to see what I get. So let's do that first. Right, so just make a little bit of space under the bolts. Nice and simple access to this battery actually, which is nice. The my old diversion was an utter ball's ache when you had to take half the freaking side panels off to get anywhere near it. Easy enough to just rig an extension though. Ooh. Now I have given the bike bolts going. Right, let me get a spanner. I'll be back. Right, a 10mm action. It's the head on that screw starting to go a little bit, so rather than trash it completely, stop, reattack. That's right, I'm doing it, you pillock. Right, now obviously I'm going to have to drop that power cable under the tank, but let me just check that we have power first. We have power, it's just turned on, but it's recording. Stop recording, please. .50 on the keys. I was about to pick the wrong one. I think that means we have power. See, little flashing power icon. So that's fine. What's even more fine is that I can just whip the cable out to turn it off, so it's not going to be a drain. Right, let's get you in a half decent position. That's not too bad. Right, now on the back, I have considerations on the back, and I'll just run into those now. On the rear camera. Now on the rear camera, let's just turn the bike on for a minute, turn the headlights on. Now, what I could do is hang it out the back of the fairing. Don't like that. It's nice and high though. I don't want to drop down there because all I'm going to get is license plates. Now, the anal bit of me says that I want to go in the middle, but I do have concerns about the light. But let me see. I'll grab the extension leads from indoors. I'll set it up because I just want to see if I glare the light, if I've got the glare the camera, if I've got that under vehicle light on there, that number plate light. That's the word I'm looking for. Right, I wouldn't say this is idiot proof, but pretty much is. It's colour coded, so you can't get the wrong cable on it. Just being inside, and the good lady is cleaning out the hamster, which is the dog's favourite part of the day because she's all over it. Right, so black into black. And I have a little. It works. Look at that. Got a picture. Right. Not got much of a picture. So let's try. Which way up is it at the moment? That's upside down. That's the right way up. Oh, so I'm going to have to swap that around. Never mind. So if I just try tucking it in the middle. No, it's fine, it doesn't glare it at all. What about if I brake? Well, it doesn't in daylight. Now at night that might be different, but right, so I need to take the number plate off. Well, I don't need to take it off, I need to replace those. I hate when you've got uneven bolts. It really pisses me off. I don't think I've got any black, so they're going to have to be yellow. That annoys me, but not that much. And I can mount that on the rear number plate, so let's get that done. Right, so there we go. It's just stuck on so far. I'll bolt it on at another point. But it's nice, inobtrusive, and oops, let's see. Got an unrestricted view at the back. Right, now the front is going to take a bit more thinking, so let me have a bit of a tink. Right, decision made. I had to think, why am I doing this? And I'm doing this for most visibility, so I've gone up the top, which I think looks fine. It's small enough to get away with it, but I've banged it up there for now, and I will see. I'm not really going to be able to tell until I ride it and get some footage, I suppose. But it just seems that to get the best visibility, I don't want to be at such a low level. But we'll see, Right, I'm going to get on with trying to tuck these wires away, I suppose. Right, and there we go. All tidied up and buttoned down. Now I think the only real way I can test this is to give it a quick ride, and I'll upload the footage from this on the tail end of this video, so see how it goes. The next video you see will be from this setup. Okay, so we're recording, let's give it a go. I don't know what the audio is going to be like, but I'll dip my lid down. Check out this footage, shall we? Right, and if that footage ever uploads on my very slow internet, you will notice something, and something that I should have noticed before. I've got the cameras the wrong way around. One is a better resolution than the other. The little square one's a better resolution, so I have swapped them around. Couldn't put that up there, it just looked awful. So it's gone low, and we'll see how that works, or indeed if that works. But super discreet, that tiny back one. But yeah, we're up and it works. Resolution isn't great. I've got it on the highest setting, but as far as a safety camera is concerned, which is basically what it is, it's good enough for me. Right, cheers all, I shall catch you later.